que cuando me estén grabando pónganme in the city of Compton.
Stop! Mother! Keep rocking. Mother!
Keep rocking.
Control your mother! Hi guys, welcome to our POV. Today we have a special guest. Drum roll, please.
Hello.
Our mother. Woohoo!
Mother's Day with our mom. Today we're going to be talking about not only being a mother, but being a mother to older people, older children,
Adult
children.
So we're gonna start off with one question. The first question, the most important question. Are you ready, Miss? What's your name? Hortensia.
Hello. Hi guys.
The question is, you have to be honest, completely honest.
Yes.
Who's your favorite daughter?
Don't
Don't lie.
I have two daughters. They're beautiful, Alejandra and Christina, and I have a son. I love my son very
is
much.
my son.
No,
Her
and
favorite daughter is her son.
No,
That's
I
the
have a
favorite one.
son, and my favorite is the three of them.
Ah,
No, everybody's different, but they all beautiful, and I love them very much.
and that is true. Everyone is very
I
different.
mean, I'm beautiful. I don't know about the rest, but
Anyways, you guys. Put the Botox down, people. You know, it's what's in the inside.
What? What the?
We wanted to spend this time and we wanted to talk about, because we focus so much on when kids are small, and we know that it's difficult. It's difficult raising children. They're small, they require a lot, but even us as adults, I still need my mom so much. She's very helpful in so many things, and I have a friend that she posted the other day, and it just reminded me of how blessed we are, that she said, if you still have your parents, give thanks to God. And when she posted that, I was like, you know what? How much do we as grown adults, we think that we know everything. We think that we're adults now, we work, we have our own families. And sometimes it's so easy to undermine and underestimate how much we truly need our parents, especially our moms. I feel like moms have this wisdom, and they love you. It's like a godly love. It's an unconditional love. And with our mom being here, we want to just, for her to give us insight, for her to talk to us about, we understand that it was small. I mean, it was difficult raising us when we were young, but what are some of the challenges, Mom, that you have noticed now that we're adults, now that we're married, that we have our own children? You never stop being a mom. What are your difficulties, Mom? What have you noticed that's different now that we're older?
Well, I'm glad to be here with you guys. That you guys taking me out. Thank you so much. And this is a very special day for me and for you guys. And it is very difficult if you don't have God with you. First of all, if you don't have Jesus with you in your life, it's difficult to give our children that love that they need. So it's very important for the mothers as my age to love our children, respect our children. And it is hard because you try to give them an advice, and sometimes they answer you or they talk to you back. That's the right
Alex.
they talk to you back like they know everything. And
I mean,
they
sometimes we do know some things. Most.
Sometimes they know everything. They know But the experience of love, of life, they don't have that experience that I already went through. And I'm pretty sure they're going to go through hard things in life, but I know Jesus, God is going to help them. And with my help too, if they give me the opportunity to help them in different ways, that's going to help them in life.
At what age did you start noticing that? At what age did you start noticing to allow your children to make mistakes? I know as parents, especially, you want to protect your kids as much as you can for as long as you can. But I'm starting to realize as my kids get older, there's going to be times where you need to just, as a parent, step back and allow them to make their choices, whether it's something that's going to be beneficial or even that has certain consequences. At what age do you feel that you started noticing that it's important to allow them to grow and make their own mistakes?
Yeah,
Never. I'm just kidding.
I have a lot of experience like that. And for me, personal, it was like when they were very young. When they were young, I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 years old. They have to have some kind of experience that they have to learn in life to get up. If they felt, they have to get up. If they need to wash hands, they have to go by themselves. Even though they dirty my restroom, the sink or the walls or whatever, they have to do it themselves. Now that was when they were 3, 4 years old, 5 years old, and then later on when they were like 8, 9, 10 years old, of course they were gonna do different kinds of mistakes in their lives. But I have to teach them to always try to do their best. Now, if their best was like making mistakes once in a while, it was fine because they were learning. I was preparing my children when they grow up, they can be a strong person. They can have a beautiful personality. They can go forward. Whatever problem it was, they can fix it by themselves. Because I understand that mama and papa, they're never going to be with them always. Now they as mature kids that I have now, my kids, my 3 kids, my 2 daughters and my son, when I see them that they have problems and they know how to fix it, I feel very, very proud. Now, when they have problems and they don't know how to fix those problems, they just like don't care. That's when I really worry about that. Because what are they teaching to their children? You know? So that's one of my concerns and my advices to you ladies who have kids, small kids. I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 years old. Let them make little mistakes and teach them how to fix it. So when they need to fix it, they can do it by themselves. Even though they don't fix it right, but they have to learn how to do it. And that's how life is.
There's something that you said that reminded me. I know I'm an adult already, and I still struggle sometimes. I get stressed out. I'm overwhelmed. I always tell my mom, and she sees it. She knows it. She notices right away when I'm stressed out. But something that she told or has told me before that even makes me like breathe a lot easier is when she tells me, like, let's say I have a bunch of homework. I'm still a full-time student, so that's why I say homework. But let's say like I have a bunch of homework and I'm like, oh man, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna finish it, or what if I don't do good in my exam. And she always reminds me, she gives me that comfort and says, just do your best. And honestly, I take that with me. Sometimes I'm like, man, am I going to be able to finish this, or am I going to be do this? But just the fact that I have, or even hear her voice saying, just do your best, I think that's what really helps me. So I do really appreciate that, and I try to do that to my kids, although it's, different, they're a different age. um I try my best to tell them that, like, just it's okay, do your best, and try again. That's my thing, right? Try again.
So one thing about when I was growing up, I always thought that my parents were so strict. I always thought that my mom, especially my mom, sometimes as moms, we have to be the ones who show them the most love, and yet we have to be the ones who enforce a little bit more. My dad has always been very lenient, and we knew that we can get away with things with my dad. But when it came to my mom, she was more observant, and she knew, what was right and what was wrong. And of course, when we're younger, we think, man, my mom is so unfair. But it wasn't until I had my first daughter, and by the way, as you can see, we're wearing these shirts. It says "Girl Mom," and we just want to do a shout out to Erica.
Creations by EJ. She made us these shirts, eras. Mine says
Erica.
Twin Mom Era. My mom says Grandma
And
Era.
Girl Mom Era. And it wasn't until I had my daughter that it was such a humbling experience. That was the first time that honestly I realized what fear was, because now I'm in charge of someone. Now someone is depending on me. And that's when everything clicked. That's when I understood why my mom had to be tough, why my mom had to set rules, why my mom had to say, no, you can't go to certain places. And sometimes when we're young, or in our era where, like, my oldest, she thinks she knows everything, in that I know everything era, teens, early 20s, we think that our parents are so unfair. But mom, what advice would you give to someone? You already gave us advice on someone who has children that are 3, 4, 5 years old, to let them make mistakes, instruct them, and they will make mistakes. But how about when they're older? I remember one time my youngest had gotten, I'm sorry, my oldest has gotten sick, and that whole night I didn't sleep. And I went to my mom and I told her, Mom, can you help me watch her for a little bit? Because she was up all night. I haven't really slept. And I remember this, and this is over 20 years ago. And she said, Mija, this is the easiest part about being a parent. Mm-hmm. And I remember even like, what do you mean? This is not the easiest part. I haven't slept all night. Like, this is hard. And she said, wait until they grow up. They're making decisions, and you can't tell them. And that, up to now, has really stuck with me, because I remember being in those situations where she's given me advice, and me, whether it was my stubbornness, my pride, the fact that I thought I knew more than my mom, and sure enough, things would go exactly the way that she would tell me that they would end up. And if you have your mom, appreciate. And even some moms, some stepmoms, there's some stepmoms out there that are doing such a fabulous job.
Yes.
Ooh, girl, fabulous.
There are some moms out there, and I say that because my dad, he's my stepdad, but he never saw me any different. He always, since we were little, raised me and my brother as his own. If we all got in trouble, we all got in trouble. He bought us something, he bought everyone something. So shout out to stepmoms who are out there killing it, doing a great job.
Good job, stepmoms,
Good
stepdads.
Stepdads, yes.
Good job.
But mom, what advice would you give to someone who maybe feels like they're not doing such a great job as being a parent? Because even as a mom, you get to those moments where you feel like you're falling short of being a parent.
Yes, I can give you guys an advice. First of all, I love my kids very much. My daughters, I am so proud of you guys. I know we all do mistakes in life. That's common sense. It's life. Life, we always gonna be learning something. But the most important thing here is to learn, not just to listen, not just to see problems, but to learn. But the advice that I can give you guys is that no matter what age is your kids, 20s, 30s, 16, 17, it doesn't matter the age. They're always going to be your children. You always have to be there for them. And if you cannot be there for them, that's what I was trying to tell you guys. Teach them to be when they have problems, they fix the problems. They know how to fix. They can have good friends. So look for advice if you guys need, as a parents with teenagers or adults. If you need advice, go and look for advice. There's a lot of places where you can go and read and check and talk to people. Maybe you can get a good answer for questions that you want to ask. But my advice is the same thing, and it's always going to be the same thing. When you see your children, they need you, please talk to them. It's very, very important. Open those doors to them so they can come to you. It doesn't matter what problem. Your kids, they're always going to be your kids. Doesn't matter the age. So my advice is, please listen to your children.
And I'm kind of glad that you mentioned that, Mom, that for those of you who might not have your mom and don't know where to go to, there are plenty of people, maybe friends and family members that you can
Yes,
go to, but the most important one is God.
God. Amen.
I want to read a verse from Isaiah 66:13, and it says, "As one whom his mother comforts, so I will comfort you." Have you ever been comforted by your mom? It's the best because you know that no one's gonna look out for you more than your mom. No one's gonna love you more than your mom. Your mom paid a price for you to be here. Your mom sacrificed her body, her time for you to be here. And God compares his comfort to that of comfort of a mother. There is no greater comfort than the comfort of a mom. There is no greater comfort. Perhaps you don't have your mom anymore, but there's no greater comfort than the comfort of God. And talk to him just like you would your mom. Talk to him. Let him know how you're feeling. Let him know how difficult your day was. Let him know what problems you're going through. And even what brings you joy. Just like when you get home from work or school and you look for your mom and you tell her, "Hey mom, guess what? This happened to me today." Or like my sister, who she's mentioned she's in school, but she's always winning, and it's the favor of God winning these grants. And she comes home like a little girl talking about, guess what?
Yes.
Talk to God. Talk to God.
It's the best.
It's the best.
I couldn't. I wanted to laugh when you said that. I was like, okay, Nacho Libre over
I
here.
didn't say it's the best, actually.
You did.
I think I said it was fabulous.
No, you said it's the best.
I don't know, you guys, but this has been our conversation and our talk with our moms. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Enjoy your mom, spend time with your mom, hug them, love them, and listen to their advice. That goes for me.
Yes, happy
Listen
Mother's
to their
Day
advice.
to all the mamas.
And last, please listen to your kids, even though sometimes it doesn't. ¿Sí está grabando?
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense to you as a parent. Sometimes our kids doesn't make sense.
Like mine.
What?
Please,
What?
My
please
brother.
listen to your kids, love your kids, and most of all, respect your kids, their decisions. Everybody's different, so there's time for everything, and they're gonna grow up an adult, and they're gonna understand you as a mother.
Yeah.
So love your children. Thank you.
Okay,
guys.
guys.
This is our POV, our point of view. Thank you guys for joining.
Thank
we want to hear
you.
from you guys. Reach out.
We're going to take her out to eat, and I'm going to take you along with us. Thank you, guys. Bye.